So as Susan said, my name is Minesh,
Hey guys, my name is Jin.
and the poem we wrote is actually called The First Love Poem, and it's a self-written poem.
And we actually called it the first love poem because this is the first poem that he's ever written, and this is the first love poem that I've ever written. So we hope you guys all really enjoy it.
Usually when I'm scared at night, I would take my mother's measuring cup and then weigh the courage I need tablespoon by tablespoon. But I think I left those specs in that coat pocket that I lent to you last night, so...
So instead of digging through my closet to find my highest pairs of heels so that I can be on par with you in some aspect of our lives, I'm going to write you a letter. Instead, I'm not too sure how to start it, but I think I want it to go something like this. To the boy who lives across the street from me, and that I have loved since I was 9. Hi. That January night when I pulled up the blinds to try and find the constellations, all I found were your eyes.
Bearing into mind, they echo the resonance of the first slow dance during a wedding song. I've always wondered what it felt like to bathe in molten chocolate, and now I know that the sensation is definitely not as sticky, but just as sweet.
And I'll admit that I was doing some English homework then, so now every time I try to write a poem or an essay, every etch of granite on that piece of blank slate is like it marks a part of our history together. And so for Valentine's Day this year, send me over a pack of Band-Aids and note cards because I'm going to keep writing until my fingers bleed. Or until I run out of space on my piece of paper.
If there are certain moments that we could change in our lives, then I would change this one. Instead of taking home a home-baked pie that your mother made to our house, welcoming our family into the neighborhood, I would like your picture instead. And if you were wondering what that yellow glowing thing was that seemed to slip under the shutters, carried by the breeze to tap on your windowsill, still don't worry, I'm not hoarding fireflies in my room. It was simply a nightlight to illuminate the darker corners of a room that a 9-year-old didn't dare to believe to have existed. For my grandmother has once said, only fools will build their castles on sand.
But my favorite aspect of our childhood innocence was the dimple on your face that seemed to show whenever I made a fool of myself. So we built as many castles on the sand as there were fish in the sea day after day until we finally learned that the grains of rock and time we've used to build these monumental figures were made to slip through our fingertips and right back into our hearts. So when I asked you, you were 9, will you love me? 20 years from now, you gave me that annoying, toothless smile of yours and you said, yes, I would, but when I ask you now, will you love me 20 years from now? You give me that annoying smirk of yours and you tell me, Jin, women are like fine wine. They can only get better with age.
And so I've been brushing up on my knitting skills lately for that scarf you wanted me to make you. For every grove and every wane of the yarn, like the moon, your hair is longer now.
Your shoulder is broader now.
Your eyes deeper now.
Our scars
thicker now.
From the battles that we have fought and won against the world and each other. Surely a young man with such ambition could be filled with nothing but hot air, but when your hands brushed against mine, our fingers dancing the tango intertwined, I forgot. That was why entrepreneurs began to make winter mittens that did not separate the hands into 2 blocks.
And the moment your lips grazed my cheeks, your lipstick sinking into the blood that ran straight to my heart, it was as if your stubbornness and my character were playing a game of tug of war, and you had one stealing much more than just one breath. Sure, we may be busy, but those phone calls on the car trips from obligation 1 to obligation 2
and the midnight texts between IAs and essays
didn't change a thing. But we are older now.
And we are wiser now.
So
when I send out this letter, no matter where you may go,
no matter where you may be, remember that my grandmother has once said, only fools will build their castles on sand.
And neither of us are fools.
And so the only regrets that I may have
is that I have never said, thank you for once loving me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.